Awesome,
We are
thank you.
recording.
Can everyone hear me? I can project pretty loudly if I have to, so I can just keep going higher. But everyone hears me? Awesome.
Yes.
First and foremost, thanks so much for having us. Snapchat, that is. I have a few of my colleagues in the back. We appreciate all the brand innovators for thinking about us and bringing us in. I'm going to spend the next few minutes. I mean, I'm so impressed by how on point today has gone. I don't want to be the guy that starts slowing it down. And I'm a sales guy, which is terrible because I just talk. So I'm going to try to get through these as quickly as possible because we have a great panel that follows my 10 minutes here. So by way of introduction, I'll keep it short. I've been with Snapchat for about 6+ years in various leadership roles. About 2 years ago, I was presented the opportunity to transition over and lead our enterprise retail business and team, which is the role I'm currently in today. So I oversee all things retail on the enterprise side of the business. I have the great fortune of leading an exceptional team that has the privilege of servicing the marketplace and customers, such as a number of you folks today, and many others, in developing very creative and impactful and effective strategies that allow for them to win on Snapchat. So in my role, I get to speak of our growing audience, the uniqueness of our consumer base, all the engagement, all the fun stuff that comes along with our video products, but most excitingly, our long-term bet is really on this notion of computing technology overlaying the world, which is augmented reality. So I'm oftentimes in market speaking to brands, evangelizing, and helping folks understand the true value of augmented reality, which is what I'm here to speak to you guys about today. So before I start, one simple question, actually two. First and foremost, how many of you, by ways of hands, actually uses augmented reality? Have you guys ever engaged with AR? Okay, actually, wow, more than I was expecting. Oh, pretty cool. Second, when you think of AR, what do you think about? And I'd imagine it looks a little bit like this, which it should. It's fun, super playful, and very, very engaging. No doubt. It actually enhances the way that we communicate with our loved ones, our family, our closest friends. But AR also provides way more than that. It's a true utility. And in fact, consumers value AR as a part of their daily life and being a utility to help them discover and engage with brands and products. We actually fielded a study not too long ago, Ipsos, where it was the largest study that we've conducted to date surrounding all things AR, to really uncover what do consumers, as well as brands, think when they think about AR. And what we found was interesting. 91% of brands think AR is primarily for fun, while consumers actually think only 53% of it is fun related. So what does that tell us? Well, one, there's a huge gap in terms of perception. But even more so, there's a huge opportunity for brands to do way more with augmented reality in terms of engaging with your consumer. All good marketers know it starts with the consumer. Gen Z is showing up way differently today than ever before, especially as it relates for augmented reality. And their expectations are actually quite high. They expect brands to meet their creativity levels. They expect brands to align and complement their values. And almost more importantly, they expect brands to be authentic in the way that they reach and engage with the community. And this especially holds true with emerging mediums such as augmented reality. AR is growing extremely fast. In fact, it's projected that by 2025, 75% of the global population and all people who leverage social as well as communication applications will frequent with augmented reality. Massive numbers. So tons of upside ahead for all of us. But if you think about today, AR is already mainstream with Snap. We have over 250 million daily active consumers engaging with AR. I'm going to repeat that number. 250 million daily people, Snapchatters daily engaging with AR. That's actually larger than Twitter's entire daily active consumer base globally. So real numbers, real scale, and this number will only continue to climb. Over 90% of Gen Zers actually spend time in the Lens carousel on Snapchat. So it's part of their daily daily behavior on the platform. They come finding experiences. They come finding brands, products to learn about and engage with. AR has quickly become their preferred means of expression, their preferred means of communication, as well as interactivity. So it's really, it's working, awesome. It's really examples like this that lead us to believe augmented reality isn't just an ad format anymore, but it's an actual utility for consumers. I referenced the Ipsos study earlier. Another key finding, which is to no surprise, is that consumers leverage AR, or the number one reason why consumers leverage AR is to improve the shopping experience, but also just simply for shopping, which clearly is a super exciting statistic, one of which we will continue to solve for as we move forward and this market continues to scale. So we've seen the technology is there for entertainment purposes as well as for utility purposes. Clearly there's a marketplace. The audience is quite large on Snapchat and will only continue to scale on Snap, but also in the marketplace as other platforms enter into the space. And for consumers, there's high expectations. So I think the opportunity is now for brands, such as yourselves, to really leverage and take advantage of this technology to meet and exceed the user and the consumer's expectations. This statistic to me is super powerful, in which 84% of consumers are actually looking to use AR, to interact with AR before making a purchase decision. So really the time is now to take advantage of this technology, because as consumerism continues to shift, AR is at the forefront of consideration. What AR is allowed for, it's allowed for consumers to observe and discover product and be like, wow, that looks really cool. But transition that to, wow, that looks really good on me, which is super powerful from just a consumer standpoint. Think about it, if you had the ability to actually try something on rather than just a passive experience of seeing it, it's way more effective and will have a greater impact on our decision making in terms of the purchase journey. So if you look at the examples up here, Ulta did an exceptional job across the funnel. And when you think about AR, it's not limited to upper funnel or any specific area of the strategy, but it really delivers on up and down the funnel. Ulta actually leveraged AR for multiple purposes recently, where this first example to the left was to really drive engagement and time spent with the brand. The one in the middle was really to hit home on a key tentpole moment to drive consideration during the back-to-school window. And then on the far right example, it was really to leverage AR to drive purchase intent and shopping. So as you can see, leveraging AR as a full funnel strategy as opposed to simply just limiting yourself for upper funnel branding purposes and moments. AR experiences on Snap see significantly higher immersion compared to other platforms elsewhere. And we see a significant increase in lift across the purchase funnel, which I just mentioned. I don't have to go through the numbers, they're pretty stellar, but just to illustrate to you the type of performance that we typically see when including AR as part of an overall strategy. We wanted to take it a step further, so we partnered with Breakthrough Research to help understand how AR can impact not just advertising, but across a business's suite of business channels. What we found was that throughout a consumer journey, among US consumers of personal care and beauty consumers aged 13 to 40, with AR, we found that you can expect a plus 12% uplift in spend per transaction, which nets out to be roughly nearly $467 million. Now these numbers are more directional, but what it tells you is that there's tons of upside potential when thinking of AR. And for Ulta specifically, we've actually seen this upside pay off pretty excitingly. Most of those be in terms of action intent that surpassed the retail norms at Snap by nearly 7x. So Ulta continues to be one of our strongest, most forward-thinking, and innovative partners on Snapchat in terms of the way that they think about AR as part of their overall strategy. One of the ways that they've been doing this is just simply by personalizing the shopping experience to the consumers they're looking to reach at the places in which they most frequent, which happens to be on social platforms, specifically through AR. So again, I'm not going to get too detailed in the performance numbers, but again, you'll see stellar performance across the board. So with all these incredible ways for brands to connect with potential and existing customers, it's no surprise that nearly 2/3 of consumers agree. AR makes shopping experiences that much easier for them. And the opportunity for AR is just to simply better serve your consumers. And that's something that we at Snapchat take quite personally, super, super passionate about, is continuing to capitalize on the opportunity to build experiences that also build value for our community. Which also happen to deliver consumer expectations of deeper, more engaged experiences that are truly immersive and authentic. I'd say for each of you, augmented reality is a game changer. Brands can build valuable relationships through shared values today. And it also creates a seamless experience at every stage of the consumer journey. I guess so with that, I'm just going to leave you with the same question that I opened up with. What comes to mind when you think about augmented reality?
12% increase.
Shopping.
I wasn't looking for answers, but those are great ones. I was just going to simply leave it with, I hope I helped change your perception. Hey, and I didn't plug that. I didn't ask you to start yelling out responses, but I'm glad you guys were paying attention. But I do truly hope that in this short amount of time, I was able to help create a perception and also provide some insights into the value that AR can actually provide, not just for fun and playful ways, but also as a utility in ways that it can deliver on your marketing strategies moving forward. Thank you.